Jim Fannon Show. We've come to take your mind.
Am I still on? Here we go. It's the Jim Fannon Show. I got a guest in the studio today, and I am cranked about this. Matt Macpherson shares the stage with me tonight. Wow, that open does not suck in the least. Matt Macpherson, how are you, man? Thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, I'm good, man. Thank you for having me. It's definitely a pleasure to be a part.
Look at this stud. That's got G3.
Yeah.
G3 all over. You're like, oh, that's Farkas.
Yeah,
no
that's
shit.
right.
You can tell. What does he call himself? What is he of the darkness? The Prince of Darkness? The Master of Darkness? What's he go by?
Who's that, Mike?
Yeah. He's something about the darkness. He uses...
I would say that his flavor has some
he
definitely
calls himself the Prince of
dark
Darkness.
artisan in it.
Okay, fuck Farkas. Anyways, here's the site right here. MattMacPhersonMusic.com. Go check it out. Handsome fucking guy. Okay, now here's the deal. I got an MPC-X right here on my desk.
I'm furious.
I use it for audio drops. I'm going to play you the tune that we just used to come in, and I've used it many times on the show before, and Matt's been very generous at not being too cautious about being Jim Fannon adjacent. This is Want Some, and if you know the show, you know the song, and you know what, Matt? I think it's better we just... Can we listen to it all the way through, or you want to...
Sure. Yeah, let's do it.
He's on a timeline, but I want to hear it all the way through, and then we'll talk about it.
All right.
Matt Macpherson will tell you how to get his music, but this is Want Some. it fade all the way out, man. It's just okay. So Want Some. Shit, I fucking love this tune. Now I gotta say it's kind of growing on me. And while we're talking, I'm gonna put up Pond 5. I don't know what the fuck this is, but you can actually buy this shit.
Yep.
And man, you've got a filthy fucking deep library.
Yep. 170 songs up there.
Wow. All right, so Matt Macpherson's with me. I've been promoting you as both M Factor.
Appreciate it.
PH
Yep.
with a K. And this has been a kind of an organic process from the standpoint that I was sitting with mutual friends the other day. I'm like, the dude's not a musician. He doesn't play any instruments. And they're like, dude, he's been making beats since high school. Like, this guy is a musician.
Oh.
And I'm like, well, I need him over here to teach me how to make the very basic. And I get that, you know, I don't know how I get into this, but the open, when we come in at Jay Beatty, I told you the story. He sat down here and he made this tune for me. I told him I wanted something dark and spooky, something that sounded like it was building like a monster coming up out of the ocean, like the gargantuan in the monster movies when I was a kid. And fuck, the guy sat here with one of these little boards and he made it right in front of me. And as he was laying down tracks, I go, that's it. That's it. It's better. It's better. It's better.
Yeah,
and
Beatty's amazing, man. That guy is a musician to the core, for sure.
Anyways, tell me about Want Some. I'm taking too much air in the room here, man. Tell me about this beat. What's the is it all that deep? Do I need to know the meaning, the inspiration, how you built it? I don't know. I want to know everything about it because I think it's a great tune. So,
all right. So the story begins back in this song's infancy. This song took probably about 2 years to develop. And through various tweaking, listening to it and just kind of realizing like, it's got that push and it's got that vibe that you want to just rock out with it. And everything that I've done to that song is an accumulation of 2 years of going back and, I got to change this, add this and that, and you know what, it's...
Let me interrupt. How old's that tune?
Oh, geez. I don't know. This has got to be like 2013, 2014. Wow. Yeah, it's a one from the vault. But spent many years in its mastering process. So it's one of those songs that you make and like that's like a defining song for me. I think that would be.
So how many years did this thing exist for before you put it like this? And is it finished yet, or are you going to rip this apart?
No, it's done. That song is complete.
When was it complete?
I would probably say, well, I usually on songs that I want to submit to film or radio or anything like that, I go back through and I remaster things. So that song has been touched up probably in 2019. 2020, not that anything was recomposed for it, but it was definitely polished, I would say.
Okay.
So to answer your question, I would say that that song was probably released 2014-ish. Yeah, and then it just went through a constant reconstruction until it arrived at what it is now.
Okay, so tell me about the evolution, the birth. When did you start doing this? What did it look like? Who were you hanging with? What programs were you using? What year was it? Like, how long you been doing this?
Yeah, so I've solely used Pro Tools in my compositions, and I haven't really dabbled in much else. I play everything by hand, so everything is composed, original. There's nothing that's sampled. And that song kind of started life out, like I said, as something that it just constantly kept morphing. And I find it funny, as you're sitting there and nobody can see you, but, you're sitting there rocking your, hands out and jumping around. And every time like the beat changes, you're just like, you're throwing your arms around and like literally that attitude, that exact is how I felt about that song. But when it was not where it is now, I wanted to just jump out of my chair to this thing because it just had so much potential. And that song helped me push the limits, helped me evolve, do new things. There's all kinds of new techniques.
Let me interrupt.
Go ahead.
How fitting is it, or how appropriate is it, that a guy like me, out of hundreds of songs that you sent me that I scanned through, or did you send me this? How did I get on to Want Some right? Did you send? I think you sent me this. You picked it.
I believe. I believe I sent
one.
this to you. You asked about something epic and and just all around, badass. And I said, well, I got one for you. And that song pretty much hits every target.
Okay. So I cannot take credit for picking this out of hundreds of songs, but I did pick a few more out. And then you told me, listen, dude, I haven't had my computer out. It's still packed. It's going to take me some effort. And then after I was bragging about this song, and I told you I put it on a mixtape of all kinds of mix of D&B and pop and all kinds of stuff.
Thank you.
Threw fucking Want Some on there. And I love it. It's kind of weird because it grows on you. Like, you got 2 strikes against you in my world. You're from Niagara, and I know you. So how good can you possibly be? You can't be that good because you're from my neck of the woods and you're a friend of mine. Oh, it's like I told you this earlier. It's like when Matthew James Blake sits with me here, I accuse him of plagiarism because there's no way that he's that fucking talented. He's got to be ripping off somebody else's format because he's that good. And so, as a result, we're sitting here watching Shandor's video the other day. And again, Shandor's got 2 strikes going against him. He's from Niagara, and he's my boy. And I go, it's not horrible. And you're watching it for the first time and go, maybe I didn't say that. It's not bad or something like that. And you go, no, it's better than not bad. This is good.
Yep.
I go, it is good, isn't it? Now that you said it's good, it makes it okay for me because
to accept it.
I didn't think it was all that good because I know this guy and I'm biased against people I know and people that are from Niagara.
No, there's a lot of good things going for that song. Definitely. There's good lyricism, good beat, overall good layout. Like, it tells a story, and the fact that he put a video to it is just like icing on the cake. And it's like, it's easy to put videos to stuff, but like, even still, that the video is not an average video either. Like, you can tell that there was definitely some artistry in there. There was some time put in and justice, done where it was needed, and it was tastefully done. I would say, in my opinion.
And when I spoke to his lady partner, the mother of his child, she told me that it was actually, like, I can't remember who she said it was, but somebody picked him up and helped him with it, and it made it look great.
Yep.
And I can't remember who it was, but she's a stud in that fucking video too. Anyways, enough about Shandor. What? I'm turning the tables over to you. You got a couple tunes we're gonna play, and I think we're gonna end the live broadcast right now. We'll stay rolling with the recording. So, why don't we do this? Why don't we end things here with a little taste? We'll give them one more song, okay? So, can you play another tune in whole, and then we'll cut the live broadcast?
Yeah, sure. What are we going to go for? What you want me to play, like a film music sort of thing, or like a hip-hop based, or something?
Why don't you play the first song that's coming up that we're going to talk about afterwards?
Roger that. All right.
And then we'll just play it in full, and then we'll stop the recording, and you guys can check this out. Let's see. What do I got? I got Eric Matheny coming up at Saturday night at 7. And so you can be Sunday night at 7. We'll put the full broadcast up. Sunday night at 7, wherever you're watching it now, you can hear the full broadcast. We're going to play a few more tunes and talk about it, and then we're out. Let's see, we're into, it's 9:14, and we're 17 minutes in. Okay, Matt Macpherson, give us a little intro. Tell us about this tune, and then we'll play it in full.
Okay. Well, first off, I would like to not maybe so much attack your composer title. You know, composer. What is, that's so steep. Is I?
No, this is where you fluff the guest and then talk about the song. Don't talk. What are you talking about? What are you going after me for? Go.
I thought you wanted me to intro the song.
Okay,
Yeah. So, all right. Anyway, so the composer producer thing, I feel, as a composer, I love theatric music. I love cinematic music, new age, and so it is something that I'm passionate about and something that I like to dabble in. So we're going to bring out the composer. This is where I was going with this whole thing as we tie into this little jab that I maliciously took at you in the beginning of this little explanation. So we're going to play a quick little 1-minute song, and this will kind of demonstrate the composer side of
and
what I like making.
Tell me, what's it called, and what did you build or create the song? What did you have in mind when you created the song?
This song, it's just when you're sitting down and you're just jamming out ideas and stuff, and something sticks, and I recall when I made this song, I was living in a small apartment, and so the title of the song is called A Small Space, and appropriately it's also a very short song, but usually I name my music based on the moods or the environment that I made it in. So a lot of the stuff is kind of self-descriptive for me. Some people may connect with it different, but that's okay. Music is something that's open to interpretation, however you're listening to it. So, and that's the thing I love about music. It is quite therapeutic. So you give me the thumbs up when you want me to start playing this song, Mr. Fannon.
Matt Macpherson, everyone. Small Space. Small Space? Is that it? There we go. All right, Matt Macpherson. That is Small Space.
Yes.
Maddie, I appreciate your time. We're going to end the stream, come back Sunday night at 7 o'clock if you want to hear the full thing, and maybe...
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, brother. Peace, love, hug your neighbor, and rip that dirty, filthy mask off your face. It's not helping at all. I am out.